I've seen you in the city council over in Noonan. They're dealing with the officials there and that kind of thing. What's your experience like dealing and looking for locations in this area?
Well, it's been very good. I mean, the residents are always very nice, even the ones that tell you no. The government's been very cooperative in all the little small cities that we've shot at, in Coweta and also in Fayette County. So, I mean, there's been no complaints. They're not sophisticated as much as in filming, so sometimes the pace is not fast enough. That's really the only thing, but they're very smart and very kind.
So it must be really cool. I mean, you get to just sort of drive around and say, damn, I like that house, and you just go up and knock on the door and hope you don't get shot. Is that how it is?
No, we do it a unique way. I mean, we have a nice flyer that's kind of unique to what most people do. That goes out. It's a really nice flyer that a lot of people keep them, and that's how we usually first approach any kind of an owner.
So Mitch, what are we looking at here? We're coming up on what appears to be a jungle.
Well, it's an exterior cafe that we wanted to build to bring the show a little bit more out, to let it breathe a little bit more this year. It's a little harder, obviously on on a location like this, it's a lot easier because it's more controlled. We had the room for it on our illustrious back lot here that we have. And so we visit this cafe probably once an episode.
And how long did it take to build this just awesome looking place?
It probably took us a week and a half, I would say.
Yeah.
Once the designs were put in place, as far as the painting, the design of it, the fireplace is an actual working fireplace, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. I mean, it looks like you could throw one heck of a nice little party here.
Yeah, you really could. Yeah. We actually even talked about that. This tree was replicated off of a tree that was here, not in this position, but on the back lot, and we actually used it to design this tree from. So.
All these little baskets. I noticed that the attention to detail on the set is pretty amazing, right down to, I guess, envelopes with the name of the law firm on it and that kind of thing. I guess a lot of that material just sort of floats around all over set. And, I mean, is it hard sometimes to distinguish between fact and fiction when you're around here?
Oh yeah, I guess it probably is. And a lot of that comes from our executive producers, our creative producer as well. Josh Berman, and our production designer Craig Starnes, Amy McGarry, our set decorator. They really take it to the limit that you see here. As you'll see on the exterior of the courthouse.
Yeah,
when we get over
let's go take a look at that.
Things over there that's very specific to the way we wanted it done, and it's exactly the way we visioned.
Have you been to anywhere in LA that sort of reminds you of this?
No, I haven't.
Is it based on any one particular place?
No, this is actually not based on anything that was in LA that I know of. It was just something to be like, well, this would be cool if we could make this work like this.
Yeah.
And
there's an actual room over there. Looks like you could just order yourself dinner and sit down.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we had a nice romantic dinner. Actually, we have one going on here next week.
For the Diva story.
A couple of our characters are finally getting together and having a nice romantic dinner.
Oh, that's
which
wonderful.
Would be nice. And it's beautiful at night because these baskets and these lights, it just looks really nice.
I guess as part of your job, you get to look at at least the locations of the particular shots. Do you actually read the scripts and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
In order to get a good feel for it?
I read all the scripts. I attend concept meetings, which kind of keeps us in a direction of how we want to conceptually keep the show going in whatever direction that might be, and then negotiate contracts and things like that for like this back lot.
How long have you been doing this kind of work?
This is my 22nd year.
And mainly in LA, or?
No, I was educated in Georgia and moved to Florida. Lived in Florida for a long time, and I've pretty much shot in the Southeast, almost all films with the exception of All the Pretty Horses. I did that in New Mexico and Texas.
Sure, yeah, that's the Matt Damon film, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a wonderful movie. Now, you said you're educated in Georgia. You want to put a plug in for your school?
University of Georgia, but I didn't finish there.
Well, that's okay. We'll still claim you.
I ended up moving to the University of North Florida and finishing up there.
Very, very cool. Let's continue with our tour. Where are you going to take us next?
Well, next we're going to go to court, which would be kind of interesting. As you can see, we use these containers
Yeah.
as the anchor for the entire set. And once the containers were put in place, first we put in the concrete foundation to hold it all, and then we had to build to withstand, maybe 125, 130 mile an hour winds if a tornado came through here or whatever. So the containers were put in place, bolted together, and then we placed a lot of concrete inside of them. These big old pieces of like Lego blocks, I guess, for lack of better words, and that's what gave us the strength to be able to build around it.
It's really impressive. I mean, what we're looking at over there, that's an office building? Is that what that is?
That's the federal courthouse
Okay.
in downtown Los Angeles.
Gosh, it looks just like every federal courthouse I've ever seen. I mean, our viewers know I'm an attorney. I practiced a fair amount of federal law, and they just look like that. They look like a prison.
It's
and
got that,
it's really something.
It's got that
Yeah.
60s exterior
Totally.
kind of concrete structure to it. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. And is that real concrete on the outside there?
No, that's all wood.
It looks like concrete.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
we hope so.
Yeah. And do the doors work on the front there?
Absolutely, the doors work on both of them.
It's really something.
And it gives us a good place to be able to shoot some small scenes that takes us in and out of our courthouse and into our law office, without having to make the move.
And there's real parking spaces out in front and everything. I guess when you shoot, you guys have to move all the cars and then rearrange them or whatever.
Yeah, we have I mean, it's not my department to do it, but
Sure.
but we have somebody that coordinates what kind of cars are going to be placed out here for what scenes. Now, all this was concreted in. We put all this in, including the sod, the grass.
Amazing.
And then when we got finished, we blacktopped this area to make it look a little bit nicer than the rest of it, obviously, and then came in and painted stripes for it.
And so this is the courthouse. What an impressive facade this is.
Yeah, we had already introduced the audience to a courthouse in Decatur, which had a similar look to this. So we tried to stay close to this, and you look at both of them, you can't tell much difference.
Well, viewers who've been to the Decatur courthouse can definitely see some similarities. I suppose the old courthouse, I think they have a new one there, but big columns, and we don't have palm trees here, though.
Well, that's true. There's always that creative expression that's added to the equation. But like the birds of paradise,
Sure.
that those kind of things we had added when we shot over there. And it also has a really close look to the one that's downtown Los Angeles. So, when you're standing here and you've got these two in between, you feel like you're somewhere close to home, I guess. Yeah.
I guess if you're from L.A. What's amazing to me is I guess these palm trees aren't real, but they certainly look real, and I'm standing right up on them.
Yeah, the palm trees are all completely fabricated. Now the trees, the actual stem of the tree is actually real.
Mm-hmm.
We just de-leaved the trees and then added the plastic trees to it.
Amazing.
And then, we had to put in a little bit of a water system to be able to keep our grass growing. And, this was amazing. I think this was done in 6 weeks.
How does it compare to other projects you've worked on?
Well, every project's precious, in its own way. It's not maybe the most difficult thing I've done, but certainly it's rewarding to be in this community and be, spending the money we are here, and they embrace us, and they allow us to do things like this.
Well, I'm glad that our neighborhood here has been very accommodating, and we're very happy to have you. That's the Film Fix for this week. We're here with Mitch, and he's the location director for Drop Dead Diva that's playing on Lifetime.
Lifetime, Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.